Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day. Heidi, do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Friday, September the 11th, and it really is a special day today. It is Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance. And it's a day that many people listening probably remember where they were September 11th, 2001. We're going to have a special tribute coming up later in the program today. I was thinking, who do I talk to for a guest today? I mean, what would make sense? And there was a person I was trying to connect with, and we couldn't make it work. So this made a lot more sense to do this. And again, it's just a weird day. It's one of those days where you're like, I don't want to be funny. I don't want to be in here being silly and being goofy. But again, it's a tough day. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Oh, me too.
It's also National Make Your Bed Day and National Hot Cross Buns Day. All of that happening on this.
Every day should be Make Your Bed Day. I feel so much better during the day when my bed has been made.
Every day should be Hot Cross Buns Day as well.
You think so?
I don't even know what that is, but it is Friday, September the 11th. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. The new way is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-659-7805. That's 800-659-7805.
Now, surveys and studies and such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Interesting study. I don't know why they were prompted to do this, but okay, here we go. A study found no link between mental illness and having a love for cats. What? So, I've heard the term crazy cat lady. I actually have a friend who refers to herself as a crazy cat lady. She's got 2 cats, but she refers to herself as, oh yeah, I'm just a crazy cat lady. But they say there is no link between mental illness and having a love for cats. So apparently somebody thought we need to do a study on this.
Wow.
And you can read it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. If you have a credit card, our friends at BetterCreditCards.com would like to make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and then see what you get for points and perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money by getting a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can check it out too at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com. This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. A 22-year-old Florida resident by the name of Bounty Shermay. I've never heard that name before. That's interesting.
Not either.
Arrested for drunk driving. And this is the interesting part. He slammed his Mazda into an electronic sign that says drive sober or get pulled over.
Okay.
So it's just interesting.
Yeah, that is kind of irony at its best, isn't it?
His car sustained heavy front-end damage, according to a deputy that said the county sign was on a trailer and it had been struck. He smelled of alcohol, was swaying back and forth, could not focus on questions being posed by the deputy. He performed poorly on a series of field sobriety tests. He took 2 breath tests, both of which he failed, both of which were at least twice the legal limit. He was charged with a pair of DUI counts and careless driving, so one of each of those. Scheduled for arraignment September the 16th, so that's coming up soon. Bad idea. Don't do that. Do not drink and drive. I've never seen that end in a good way. Sometimes it doesn't end in a terrible way, thank goodness, but so many times it does, so please don't drink and drive. Thanks for listening. That is what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. We got one story today, and this is it. After months of delays, Christopher Nolan's Tenet finally hit theaters, and over the Labor Day weekend, so last weekend, over $20 million. It's an espionage thriller, already earned about $150 million mark, the $150 million mark globally, thanks to stronger showing at international box offices. Tenet was able to play in about 2,800 cinemas around the United States, a smaller release than normal, by the way. Currently, 65 to 70% of theater complexes have reopened. There are big markets like New York, Los Angeles, Seattle, and San Francisco that are still closed. And this is the first blockbuster film, first blockbuster. There are other films in theaters, but this is the first one to hit theaters following lockdown orders. And again, it did pretty well. So I think you're going to probably see some other movies that are going to sneak their way out now. I've got a link to the story if you want to read all the details. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
If you take Viagra or Cialis, call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Call 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. Again, that's 800-214-7977.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Summer 2020 is over. Funny thing
isn't it?
It's not
It's
officially.
kind of.
It's not really officially over. No, summer is still going for like another month or so, like the summer equinox. But most people say Memorial Day, Labor Day is like summer months. And some are saying 2020 summer was the worst ever.
I would have
Between
to agree.
COVID, natural disasters, hardly any sports, social distancing, presidential election. For most Americans, they say it really wasn't their worst summer ever. 16% of Americans say this was a good one. 2/3 call 2020 a bad summer. That was 41%. 26 say it was the worst ever. So 67% say summer 2020 wasn't really that bad. So a third say it was pretty good or good. So I don't know.
I don't know where they're located.
Here's the thing. I think a lot of it just has to do with your perspective
Your
on
own,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, control the things you can control. A lot of the
Honestly,
stuff.
for us, not a whole lot changed.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. There were things that were not great for
Right.
sure.
Right.
But, all in all, I don't know that I would say it was the worst summer I ever had. But a British study measured the average number of times most couples have a little hoo-hoo before getting pregnant. So how many times do you suppose they attempt before getting pregnant? If you're going to throw a number out there. Newlyweds.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. Some people only have to do it once and then they're newlyweds after that. So it's tough to say.
That number, 104. The study found that 2/3 of women, it happened much faster than they expected. But for the rest, trying to have a baby took at least 6 months. So, and there's some times where it was like really working hard for 4 or 5 times a week. So a total of 104 times is the average. So there you go. A group of California doctors are being investigated for administering a homemade vaccine that they created against coronavirus. I've got a link to the story. I don't know anything more than that. But I'm like, I don't know what kind of concoction this is, but like, here, try this. You tell
There
me
is no way.
how this works. No thanks. Research shows that plastic fibers are found in 83% of the world's drinking water. That's concerning.
That is very concerning.
Yeah, so drink water. It's good for you, but I don't know how you know if the water you're drinking, 83%, has been able to find plastic fibers in it. A study on napping found 1 in 3 adults nap in a typical day. Really? They also found that napping is still bashed by society, even though some sleep experts think naps should have the same status as exercise. They say science geeks say naps make us feel stronger, happier, and you're able to perform better. So they're saying, hey, like hitting the gym, you should be able to take a nap, and that counts kind of the same way because maybe it's not helping your body, but it's helping your brain. And they're saying this should not be looked at as a negative, but it should be a positive, they said, because they were caught napping in the lab.
I usually feel more sluggish if I take a nap during the day, so I don't
remember
know.
taking a nap one time, and I woke up, and I had no idea. I'm like, what day is it? I don't even know
Yeah.
what. I was so confused because I don't typically take naps. This has been your Scoop of the Day. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show. Nobody wants to buy car insurance. It's not a fun thing to think about, but it's something you need if you want to drive your car. So even if you don't want to buy insurance, you probably have to get it from someone. So why not buy it from InsuranceChicken.com? Okay, I'll admit, our website name is dumb. InsuranceChicken.com. Yeah, our marketing department is not that great. But our selection of insurance options is amazing. See if we can save you money each month on our dumb website, InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show on this September 11th.
Hi, the captain. I would like to all remain seated. Warm aboard and are going to back to the airport and hand over demand. So please remain quiet. Say again. Executive 956, did you understand that transmission?
Yeah, that transmission he said was unreasonable. It sounded like someone said they have a bomb on board.
Did you hear the transmission where the airplane that said he had a bomb on board? Affirmative, he said there was a bomb on board. That's what we thought. We just we didn't get it clear.
That aircraft you can't get a hold of, is he turned to the east now?
He's just turned to the east also.
Okay, 956, we had a visual on him, just stand by.
Do you have a visual on him now?
We did, but we lost him in the turn.
You can make a turn back to a 220 heading. Let me know if you can see him.
They were making a turn at 956.
Negative. Where's anybody northwest of you? You can see that.
We're looking now.
Okay, American 10-6 and Executive 956, we just lost the target on that aircraft.
Man, Z100 852. Something weird is going on.
Yeah.
The World Trade Center is on fire.
Oh my Seriously, the top of the building. We're trying to get information.
Top level of one of the
news to unfold from New York City.
A plane crashed. Just
my sister's in that building.
Okay.
And I hope she's okay. And I gotta run to New York. Oh my God! It's complete pandemonium.
All right, first of all, calm down.
There's raining papers and ashes and.
Second plane has now flown in.
Wait, explosion at the Pentagon?
A third location on alert and outside of Washington.
I don't have words to describe what I'm witnessing right now.
Effective immediately until further notice, flight operations in the National Airspace System by United States civil aircraft and foreign civil and military aircraft are prohibited.
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended.
Oh, God! Oh, my God! It just landed on Manhattan. One of the World Trade Towers has collapsed and fallen.
The whole freaking unit! What's happening? Stop the code! Let's go, guys! Let's go! I've never seen anything like this.
I've got 5 patients. They need to be. We got an ambulance full of cops and pedestrians.
Another tower that just came down 1013.
All the cops away from the building.
You got a female officer down. Female officer, where are you now, King? Where are you, King? Where are you?
We're not going to be stopped. We're not going to be deterred. We're not going to stay at home. We're not going to be frightened. We're going to live our lives as Americans.
We're all brothers. We all got to stick together.
My God, look at the skyline without the towers.
Sean, it's me. I just wanted to let you know I love you, and I'm stuck in this building. I'm waiting at the building where Mom went off. We don't know, but there's lots of smoke, and we just wanted you to know that I love you always.
We will not falter.
And is this clear?
And we will not fail.
Is the American Constitution.
Let's roll.
That is the news of this day.
Is that United 93? Is that United 93 calling? United 93. United 903. United 93.
We honor those who lost their lives on that fateful day, and we vow to never forget.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. The new way is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-659-7805. That's 800-659-7805.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
This is not a fun fact. This is a sad fact. 75,000 teddy bears are left behind in hotels each year all around the world. So what do they do with teddy bears that get left behind?
Probably just donate them to. They probably hang on to them for a certain amount of time, and if nobody calls for them or comes back to them, then they just donate them.
I would have never thought of a teddy bear being left behind. I bet phone chargers probably higher than that. Because phone chargers, so many times I've done that where I'll plug it in and it's like, under the bed almost, like hidden over here. And then it's time to leave and you look around the room and you go, okay, got everything. And then you get to the next place and you're like, oh, phone charger. I left it over there.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Today's fun fact. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. If you have a credit card, our friends at BetterCreditCards.com would like to make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and then see what you get for points and perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money by getting a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can check it out too at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com. Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline France. An 82-year-old Frenchman was trying to swat a fly with an electric fly swatter. Have you seen those?
I have.
And it's designed to kill insects. Anyway, he didn't realize the gas canister was leaking in his home.
Oh.
And he created an explosion that destroyed his kitchen and part of his roof. Yeah. Trying to swat a fly.
Was he okay?
82-year-old man. Yeah, he's okay, but boy, it destroyed his kitchen.
Gosh.
Yeah, I think the fly would have probably been better off than all of that.
The fly probably still lived.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. I've got a link to the story. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
If you take Viagra or Cialis, call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Call 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. Again, that's 800-214-7977.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. We head to Ecuador where a group of students and their professor were going about their online class when they noticed some thieves robbing one of their classmates in the middle of the lesson. The girl was muted throughout the video. She turns around to face her bedroom door, likely hearing the intruders. So, like, they broke into the home. She stands up, and that's when the intruders come in with what seems to be one of the girl's family members. The thieves then push them both off screen.
Gosh.
At this point, several classmates unmute themselves and alert the professor, hey, they're robbing Majo's house. It's M-A-J-O. So I don't know if it's Majo. I'm not sure how to say that. One of the students called the police. The professor urged others to do the same. For the rest of the video, the computer camera was knocked over, and the robbers eventually took the laptop.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Can you imagine sitting in class?
Did they get caught?
I don't know. I've got a link to the story if you want to read. I don't have the details in this, but yeah, I've got a link to it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Police in South Alabama say a woman has been arrested for allegedly leaving a baby alone in a car for 6 hours.
Whoa.
She was inside a gentleman's club for 6 hours.
Whoa.
Eva Rudolph turned herself in, accused of leaving her baby in a car outside of a gentleman's club. Robert Martin with the police department said he went to the gentleman's club around 9:30 p.m. And then until 3 a.m. Saturday when people began to notice this child was in the back seat. So she apparently went there at 9:30.
Oh, my goodness.
At 3 a.m., people were going, hey, there's a baby out there. 6 hours. The child is believed to be no older than 1 year old. She said the baby is currently in the care of family members. She was charged with endangering the welfare of a child. So Online, I had people asking, did she work there? Was she there?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't have the details. I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Nobody wants to buy car insurance. It's not a fun thing to think about, but it's something you need if you want to drive your car. So even if you don't want to buy insurance, you probably have to get it from someone. So why not buy it from InsuranceChicken.com? Okay, I'll admit, our website name is dumb. InsuranceChicken.com. Yeah, our marketing department is not that great. But our selection of insurance options is amazing. See if we can save you money each month on our dumb website, InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com. Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, can you tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up to trick you and amuse me? Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Fake news or Florida? Palm Beach man suing the TSA after agents refused to let his emotional support animal on the plane. He was a cow, by the way. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
It is fake news. How did you know that so quickly?
I just could tell. There was just no way.
There's no way?
No.
No, I have hashtag life goals. No, I don't really have that as a life goal. But I do have a good news story to get to. We'll do that in a bit. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show. This portion of The John and Heidi Show is brought to you by The John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying The John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com, and this story is just adorable. I love this. Here's the headline. A boy with a cleft lip finds a companion in a puppy with a cleft lip.
Oh.
Yeah. Michigan boy with a cleft lip found his perfect companion, a tiny puppy who also has a cleft lip. Brandon Boyer went to the Jackson County Animal Shelter in Michigan to look at chickens. But a 2-month-old puppy with a cleft lip caught his eye. That is when he knew he had to bring this puppy home to show his 2-year-old son Bentley that you're not alone, Bentley. To see him have something in common with a puppy means a lot because he can grow up to understand that he and his puppy both have something they can share in common. That's what
that's so
his
sweet.
Mama Ashley said. And the photos of these two are just adorable. The shelter posted some heartwarming photos online of Bentley and his new best friend to their official Facebook account, and it's going viral.
Oh,
like,
I bet
all
it
over the
is.
place. So hard to put into words how meaningful this adoption is to all of us. We're going to let the pictures speak for themselves, and you can see nothing but joy in these photos, by the way. Introducing Bentley and his new puppy at 2 years old, with the surgeries already under his belt for his cleft lip, Bentley found his match today in this tiny puppy who also had a cleft lip.
Aww.
They instantly loved one another, and they said, "We wish many years of joy for this special pair growing up together." I love that story. I've got a link to it, by the way, in the show notes for today. You can find that at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.